Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel, and if you are new here, please subscribe. Subscribe because we are going to learn AI engineering within 7 months. Our goal is to become AI engineer within 7 months. Is it possible? Yes. Remember last time I showed you how we can get this done. We are going to learn together, myself and you guys. We are all in this together. We are learning week after week together. Can we do this? Yes, I guarantee you we can do that if we want to become AI engineer in 7 months. So, before going there, let me show you what we are going to see in Module 1. Module 1, remember, we are going to see the basics of Python, methods like print, input. We are going to see introduction to operations, how we use the if statement, else statement, how we deal with the loops, for and while, and of course, dealing with data structures, such as lists, dictionaries, and so forth. We are also going to see how we iterate over data structures, and of course, we are going to have hands-on on some exercises. We are going to do a store inventory, write a code that can show if a number is odd or even, write a code that will return customers in ascending or descending order, in alphabetical order. We are going to do list and loops practice, where, for example, we are going to create a list of 5 fruits and print each and every one starting with uppercase. And of course, the last, not the least, we are going to deal with a phone book, how you can search a contact from your list, if found or if it's not found, and so forth. Right. Now, what are we going to see today? Today, we are going to see the syntax. Syntax, how we write Python. So if you are just starting with Python, you are in the right place. We are going to learn together, as I said. So now, what do you need? I assume you have Python on your computer already. If you don't, you will need to install it. But we are going to use, I use Jupyter. I tried to use the command line. I didn't like it. Sandbox, sometimes it has more errors. That's why I prefer Jupyter. Again, if you don't have Jupyter, you are going to Google it how to download it. You can download it. But if you already have Jupyter on your computer, what you need to do to start typing your code, you go to CMD and then type in Jupyter. Let me bring it over here. Jupyter Lab, and then enter. It's going to open. It's opening on the other side. Let me bring it over as well. Here it is. You will see a window like this. So under this window, you will go to Python number 3, under notebook, not console, but here, under notebook. You have your file here, it's open. You can rename your file. Today we are going to see syntax. We name our file syntax, click anywhere. So let's test and see if it does work. Print, for example, let's print a string, hello world. Print hello world and run. Of course it works. So now that's the test, it works, right? Now, as I said, in this video we are going to break down the basics of syntax of Python. So what is a syntax in Python? You may ask. In any programming language, syntax means the set of rules that define how a code should be written, how you write a code. You have to think of this as grammar in any language, be it French, English, Hebrew, any kind of language you may think of. In your sentence, if a period or a verb is missing, of course, it's not going to make any sense. This is the same for Python. you have to write your code with the right syntax, which means that if you write with the right syntax, your code will run, but if the syntax is wrong, then you see error. Let's take an example. The print string hello world, of course, is going to print hello world. Let's for example remove this one, try to run it. You see, you will see error message. But if you put parenthesis again, try to run again, boom, it's running. This is the kind of syntax error. Now, we start with this classic hello world. In Python, we use this print method, which is a function, to display the output. So you see, when the parenthesis is missing, of course, it's going to give you an error, as I just showed you. Let's see, write something else. We write something else. Try if statement here. If you have number 5, and this 5 is greater than 3, then what? Then print the following. So let's print, for example, the string 5 is greater than 3. Let's see. 5 is greater than 3. Okay. Now let's run this. All right. That's right. So now you can see if 5 is greater than 3, please print 5 is greater than 3. Is it what is printing? Very good. Let's see if we change here. 5 is less than 3. What is it going to print? Nothing, because of course does not make sense. But you put 2 here. It's gonna put 2. Print 2 is less than 3. Let's see. Boom, that works. So now, here you have variables and data type. So let's say, for example, name equal Aris or John, and then you have John's age, his age equal 25, and then you have, is he a student? Is student equal false? John maybe is retired. So this means Python is going to check how you put these writings if they are right, the syntax error. You don't need to declare a data type. Python is going to figure out on its own, right? In this example, the name here is a string. So why is a string? Because it's written in this quotation mark. We call it a string. And age is integer because it's a number. So the is student false. It can be false or true. We will see that this is Boolean. Boolean can be false or true, right? This is how you write data type. String, integer, and Boolean. So next, how do you make a comment in Python? You can just click here, you open a new cell. So, for example, you want to make a comment, you have to start your sentence with hashtag. You put hashtag, so you put this is a comment. So then, right after, you can type whatever you want. Here, maybe you can put Let me show you how you comment your code. For example, right, let's say you're trying to print this is a comment. Remember also quotation mark. This is a comment. This is going to be a comment. Right. So now to put your comment here, you put your hashtag and you can say this is an inline comment. So you put an inline comment. If you want, you can run it, but let's see. This is going to be a comment. Of course, to print this one because it's the string that is going to print from the print method function, right? Now, remember, Python is case sensitive. Case sensitive, let's see. You can put here a comment, case sensitive. Put there. Let's say, for example, my car or my number is 5. Then if you put my number is 10, these are two different numbers, right? As you can see. And of course, when you print one or the other, let's print the first one, print my number. All right, remember the syntax. This is will be what will be this? Let's see if we understand the syntax error. You see, syntax error, he tells you unmatched. Why is that? Because we're trying to run this function print and it's misspelled. So we need to remove this. You see? Now let's run again. Boom. My number from my number is 5, but let's print the second one as well. So we can print the second one. Let's print my number, the second one, lowercase my number. If we print, then let's see. It's going to print the two numbers, right? So now, let's see. To recap, use print for output. Always indent your blocks. Make sure your blocks is very well written. And Python assigns variables automatically. You don't need to define. Use the hashtag for comments. And remember, Python is case sensitive. It is case sensitive. So now, this is the basics for the syntax in Python. In this video, next video, what I'm going to talk about in next video. Let's see what we are going to talk about in the next video. We are going to talk about, we have a video about variables, data type. We talked about it a little bit. Here when I was talking about string, integer, and Boolean. So maybe we can talk about a little bit more about them later. But if you want to keep learning, remember our goal is to becoming AI engineer for within 7 months, right? It's possible. We can do it. So if you find this helpful, drop a comment below saying Python rocks. We can do it.